What if that shadow in the corner isn't yours? These eerie clips show figures moving where no one stands, the kind that make you turn on every light in your house. Some blame lighting tricks, others whisper paranormal. Whether it's a ghost, a glitch, or your imagination playing tricks, these shadows are about to make you question everything you see in the dark. Careful, they tend to move when you blink. Why is she out there, alone, at night? A passerby records something straight out of a nightmare. A girl in a white dress standing beneath a tree deep in the forest. At first, she seemed still. Then she suddenly jumps, grabbing the low branch and starts swinging back and forth, her long hair covering her face. Each swing gets higher, her movements unnaturally fast, almost inhuman. The person filming whispers in shock, too scared to move closer. Lost child, or something pretending to be one. What's wrong with this girl? Possessed? Or witch? A chilling clip shows a young girl slowly coming down the stairs. But something's not right. Her eyes, completely black. No whites, no pupils. Just dark voids staring straight into the camera. Her movements are stiff, unnatural, like she's being controlled by something unseen. The closer she gets, the more distorted her face appears, almost inhuman. Whoever filmed this drops the camera and runs before she reaches the last step. So, witchcraft? Or real-life possession caught on tape? Ever heard of a doll that won't stay still? Lily's parents swear her favorite doll moves on its own every night, so two guys decide to investigate. Cameras set, lights off. They wait. Hours later, a chilling scream shatters the silence. They rush to Lily's room and find her on the floor, trembling.
Yo, I hear screaming, dude. What do you mean?
Why is she doing that, bro? Come on.
What is it?
Let's check this out. Oh, come on.
The doll sitting upright on the bed, staring straight at them. One man pulls Lily out while the other freezes, unable to look away. Was it a nightmare, a prank, or something far more real? What is that thing running across the ground? CCTV footage captures a pale, skinny, alien-looking figure sprinting through an empty field in the dead of night. Its movements are jerky, too fast, too unnatural for a human. Viewers can't decide. Is it a creature, a prank, or something that doesn't belong on this planet at all? The way it runs, it's almost like it's escaping from something. But what could move that fast? And why here? Alien sighting, government experiment, or pure nightmare fuel? What would you do if your home camera caught this? Late at night, a security cam records something racing across the lounge. A jet-black, girlish figure darting over the sofa like a shadow with legs. It moves fast, too fast, leaping from cushion to cushion as if it's playing some twisted game. No sound. No explanation, just that eerie, flickering shape moving in the dark. The footage ends with the shadow vanishing behind the couch. Intruder? Spirit? Or something far darker hiding at home? So you're telling me to go exploring the wild peaks of the Appalachian Mountains at dusk, camera in hand, and then, there he is. That's right. A tall figure appearing out of the trees, staring you down. No setup, no warning. Just you and the wilderness. And now, this feral man looks like he's a serial killer. Your heart's racing. The forest is suddenly a stage, and you're the unwitting actor. What are you going to do next? Pack up? Run? Or keep filming, because this is one for the books. Deep in the rot and ruin of an old hideaway, an urbex hill stumbles on something that makes the air heavy. Behind a splintered wall, there it is. A figure, pale and still, with hair spilling like cobwebs over its face. The wood around it is soaked, the air smells of decay. And that brand new padlock on the door? Way too shiny for a place this dead. So what's really behind that lock? A crime scene frozen in time, or someone's secret they never meant to share. Either way, this one's straight out of a damp, real-life horror movie. Imagine reviewing your CCTV footage the next morning, expecting nothing but stillness. And there it is. A faint, translucent figure standing by your bed, hands neatly clasped, posture calm. It doesn't move closer, doesn't cause chaos, and just watches, like it's checking in. Then, right before you stir, it slowly fades, vanishing with eerie grace, leaving only silence and the soft hum of the camera. Creepy? Absolutely. But also, kind of polite for a ghost. Like, don't mind me, just doing my nightly haunting. Carry on. Well, folks, that was all for today. If you got spooked and enjoyed the content, hit that subscribe button. Until next time. Hold on to your ghost hunting gear. Sam and Colby are sneaking through the shadowy halls of the infamous Queen Mary's castle, where the air hums with eerie energy. Out of nowhere, their EMF detector goes berserk, screaming with otherworldly activity.
Did you get that?
What?
Sam, did you just get that? The EMF was going off.
Something unseen is stirring in this haunted hotspot, making the device light up like a supernatural Christmas tree. Is a ghostly resident flexing its spectral vibes? This experience will definitely have them checking under their bed tonight. How does a door just decide to slam shut like it's mad at the world? In this eerie little clip, everything's calm on the homestead. Quiet air, still walls, until bang! The door swings and slams with a force that feels personal. No wind, no reason, just pure attitude. It's the kind of moment that makes you pause and think, did the house just get tired of visitors? Ghost hunter Chelsea Layden and her crew thought they were just touring another creepy pit stop on their haunted road trip. But this abandoned prison? It had other plans. As they tread deeper into the cell block, strange shuffling starts echoing through the halls. Not rats, not wind, but something else. And just when they try to brush it off, as the building's settling, a piercing woman's scream, slightly muffled, rips through the dark.
What the Dude, somebody's screaming!
Let's just say, the most haunted places in America list just earned another solid checkmark.
Oh my Dude, shut up!
And probably a few new gray hairs. A quiet night, a house bathed in porch light. Then, out of the corner of the lens, a hooded figure, a mask covers their face. They pause. The doorbell cam watches coldly. In one swift move, they spin and kick the door like they're trying to make an entrance. And just as fast, they make a run for it. Vanished into the shadows before the homeowner can even take a breath. Caught on doorbell cam. Hoodie. Mask. A statement rather than a plan. What were they after? Adrenaline? A message? We don't know. But wow. Talk about making your presence known. In an abandoned space thick with dust and quiet dread, a stuffed dog toy rests, its neck suddenly stretching with a jerk, as if it's testing a new position, then freezing dead still when the camera gets closer. Is it just mildew? a warped floorboard, or something watching. Either way, that moment makes you wonder what else in that room isn't quite just a toy. In this chilling clip, a late-night calm shivers when the unexpected slips in. A young man named Harry is lying in bed, the house seemingly dormant, until faint music drifts from another room, like a ghost summoning him. He rises, creeps toward the door, and opens it to find nothing obvious. Immediately the music stops. Then, as he watches, the door begins to close on its own, slow and deliberate, as if guided by an unseen hand. What was starting as a quiet night just turned into a full-blown someone's home with you moment. Harry's camera flickers like it's struggling to stay alive as he mounts it in place. Static lines, shaky focus, that uneasy feeling that something is off. He adjusts it, shrugs, and leaves, probably thinking it's just a low battery. But then, it happens. The lens fills with drifting orbs, soft, glowing, swirling like tiny spirits waking up all at once. They dance through the frame, pulsing as if they know they're being watched. Whatever's in that room wasn't just waiting, it was watching him first. A guy's casually filming his window because who doesn't love a little nighttime paranoia when he catches it? A pitch-black shape just beside the windowsill. He stays focused and bam! 2 glowing green eyes pop out of the darkness like they just unlocked a jump scare achievement. They blink once and vanish. No footsteps, no sound. Just gone.
You show yourself.
Either that was the world's sassiest ghost saying boo and bye, or someone's cat just discovered how to teleport. Inside the infamous Watts family house, where tragedy already casts a long, sad shadow, the police body cam footage captures something no one was ready for. As officers sweep through the empty rooms, faint whispers drift through the static, soft, childlike voices murmuring, "It hurts." And Amanda. No kids, no movement, no source. Just those fragile words lost in the silence like echoes that refuse to die. Even the officers pause, because in that house it feels like some stories don't stay buried. A guy's peacefully snoozing, totally unaware his room's about to turn into a low-budget horror movie. Later, the CCTV footage tells a different story. Something with long, tangled hair peeks around the doorway, watching. Then, as if to prove it's not just shadows, the bottle on his bedside table slides, teeters, and drops right next to him. He doesn't even stir. Either he's the heaviest sleeper alive, or he's got a ghostly roommate testing how far they can go before he finally wakes up. Yikes. The homeowner is chilling in his office, door shut tight, when his security cam catches a red light bouncing around his living room. No one's home, no gadgets left on, yet this crimson glow hops around the living room like it's auditioning for a horror sequel. Friendly firefly or fiery phantom signaling party's over. This sneaky short's a giggle-inducing gut punch that'll make you scan your own cams twice before lights out. Yikes, thrill seekers. Michael and Brian creep into a crumbling insane asylum at witching hour, where the wind wails like a vengeful spirit. Twisted paths, yawning tunnels, and a basement that screams haunted. Then, boo! A ghostly flashlight flickers in the void. No car, no who's there, just pure skin-crawling dread. They scram, cackling through chattering teeth. This clip's a spooky roller coaster that'll have you clutching your flashlight and jumping at every shadow. Picture this, a moonlit cemetery, headstones leaning like they've got secrets to spill. Our brave ghost hunter is filming in the dead of night, flashlight shaky, when a creepy voice warns him. And asked to look into the attic of the house. Wait. The old house by the cemetery does have a spooky attic.
Oh. Who's they? Who's they?
What's lurking up there? This bone-chilling clip will have you side-eyeing every creaky stare. Watch it if you're brave enough. Get ready for a spooky encounter. Our ghost hunting crew storms a creepy 1850s Virginia mansion at 3 a.m., where pianos lie toppled and spiderwebs rule. But the real scream stealer? A freaky doll moves while they are recording some B-roll, jumping from the mantel like it's got a ghostly grudge to the front of the door. No one's near, yet this stuffed spook sits up like it's ready to party. Is this place cursed or just clowning us? This clip's a chilling thrill ride that'll make you hide your teddy bears. Holy haunted hideouts. Our urban explorers are wrapping up a creepy car park adventure when one of them says he saw something or someone lying under a yellow cover. And just as all of them follow to see, bam, a wild movement and then screaming starts. It is like a banshee on a bender. Definitely not your friendly neighborhood ghost. This guy's got that unhinged, maybe not all there vibe. Hearts pounding, they bolt, legs shaking, laughs trembling. Is it a crazed squatter or something spookier? This clip's a heart-racing, giggle-inducing fright fest that'll make you lock your doors twice. Who flies a drone at 1 in the morning and expects things to go normally? At first, it's just eerie silence and darkness, the drone gliding over empty land, when suddenly, a half-dressed dude bolts out of nowhere, spooks the drone, and runs off like he just saw a ghost. The pilot's freaking out, the video's glitching, and the comments? Everyone's asking the same thing. Who was that guy? And what was he doing out there at 1 a.m.? Riding your bike 7 miles into the woods, just you and the air turning cooler as the path winds deeper. Everything feels a bit off, but that's part of the thrill. Suddenly, you're stopped. A guy in shorts and a tee, looking like he's been out all day or maybe never left, steps out of the shadows. He looks disheveled with sweat or dirt on him, scanning around. He says he's just looking for his truck. So you pause. You watch him turn back into the trees. Part of you believes him, part of you doesn't. Because out here, where the map ends and the wild begins, that claim sounds half normal and half alarming. And that split second of doubt, well, turns out he really was telling the truth. The greatest of all times, the most violent, the most diabolical, the most dangerous, a beast slayer, a conquerors of conqueror, the goat of all goats, so that they say at the end of the match, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the ultimate needle mover, the head of a table, the tribal chief in God Mod himself, the killer whale. Orcas are the undisputed apex predators of the ocean. Sophisticated, elegant, terrifyingly smart, they've hunted everything from sharks to seals, and yes, they've even developed a taste for penguins. But don't underestimate the king penguin. These birds aren't pushovers. They're nearly 30 pounds of speed and agility, twisting underwater like feathered torpedoes. In the open sea, penguins are actually tough to catch. They dart, spin, and change direction like fighter jets. So the orcas, being the strategists they are, play the long game. They patrol the shallows, waiting for the penguins to head toward land, where the tight, crashing surf strips away their speed advantage. That's when the ambush begins. The killer whales surge forward, cutting off escape routes, and with precision honed over millions of years, they strike. Now here's the part that's both fascinating and disturbing: how they eat them. Orcas don't just swallow penguins whole, they squeeze them. Yes, like toothpaste. They crush the body, slurp out the insides, and toss away the skin and feathers like an empty wrapper. Efficient, ruthless, legendary. The orca doesn't just win the fight, it rewrites the rulebook. When you think of ocean predators, you probably imagine sharks, orcas, maybe even a giant squid. But here's the twist. One of the most terrifying hunters isn't big at all. It's small, deadly small. Meet the bobbit worm, the sand-dwelling nightmare you never knew existed. These things are ambush predators, nocturnal assassins. They hide beneath the sand, patient as a landmine, waiting for something unlucky to swim by. And when it does, boom! The worm explodes out of the sand like a spring-loaded trap, dragging its prey down to the underworld. Take the poor bartail flathead fish. One moment it's cruising along, the The next it's snatched, slammed, and swallowed by a worm that looks like it belongs in a horror movie. The fight doesn't even last long. The worm just drags it down and it's over. And it's not just flatheads. In another clip, a lionfish, venomous, spiky, built like a fortress, becomes the victim. The bobbit worm, no thicker than 2 fingers, takes down a 6-inch fish like it's nothing. So yeah, size isn't everything. Sometimes the scariest monster is the one you don't see coming. Usually we see octopuses on the defensive, dodging sharks, getting dragged out of shells. But this time, the coconut octopus flipped the script. Out of nowhere, it launched an attack on a crab that thought it was safe, buried in the sand. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. The octopus darkened instantly, its color turning dark, a clear signal it was in full fight mode. With lightning speed, it wrapped its arms around the crab, the suckers clamping down like living handcuffs. Poor Mr. Krabs couldn't even raise his claws to fight back. Every time he tried, Squidward's grip held him down. Then came the real nightmare. The octopus's razor-sharp beak. It drove it right between the crab's carapace and back legs, injecting venom that slowly paralyzed the crab. Minute by minute, Mr. Krabs grew weaker, until after 7 agonizing minutes, game over. The octopus dragged its victim back into its coconut shell home. Dinner and shelter, all in one. And just like that, Squidward got the last laugh. Guess that's what happens when Mr. Krabs doesn't pay up. So, optical illusion, clever editing, or something lurking just beyond the light? Drop your theory in the comments. We're dying to know. Like if your hallway suddenly feels too quiet. Subscribe for more late-night mysteries that keep you watching. And watching. Just don't look behind you.